This Transformers 96 for another review. This time Transformers Dark of the Moon, the Human Alliance Wrecker Roadbuster with a human figure, Sergeant Recon. So yes, so here you go. So here's the box first of all. Pretty cool box. It's kind of big. It's got a nice little background. If you wanted to put some people there, it would look really nice if you put some Cyberverse figures in there, because it's about that size. You have the Roadbuster, Sergeant Recon. On this side here we have Sergeant Recon. On this side we have his stats and bio. So yes, and then on the back you get a picture of the figure and how to use the Recon guy and the car and the NASA logo. So it's a nice little diorama thing, because you can use it for that. And but here you go. So this is my first Human Alliance figure, out of not just Dark of the Moon, but out of everything. This is my first one, because usually with the Human Alliance they release Autobots, because it's Human Alliance and Decepticons aren't usually Human Alliance. So but I'm not a big Autobot fan. This guy is an Autobot, but I really appreciate the Wreckers. I like the way the Wreckers look a lot. So I've decided, and they're coming out in 3 different scales: Cyberverse, Deluxe, and Human Alliance. And at first I just thought I'm just going to get the Deluxes. And I did that. I got Roadbuster and Topspin in the Deluxe. But then, right now, I decided I think I want to get them on all 3 scales. Cyberverse is, I probably will get them in all 3 scales. In all 3 of them in Cyberverse mode. But, you know, they're just little guys. They're not that important. But, so I definitely wanted to get them in Deluxe, and then I decided also, Human Alliance. So I got this one because it was the first one that's out. So very cool. So he is his race car. And it's nice because the Deluxe Roadbuster that we have, his race car is the plain one. Doesn't have any weapons. It's just very simple, and it's just kind of there. Now this is the weaponized one, which is really awesome. It's pretty big. Yeah, I really like the size of it. It's very nice. It rolls perfectly, which is really good. I like this engine back here that's shooting flames, and it's this is actually his gun for robot mode. You can shoot it. It's very hard hit, so that's cool, and you just pop it back in. Very simple. He's got these rocket launchers over here that are very posable. You can move them like this and shoot backwards. You can move them to the side and shoot like this. You could pull these panels up if you wanted to, like kind of wings. There's a lot of personal preference with this, which is really cool. He's got his awesome engine right here. I really like that. And then a little Gatling gun sticking out the front, which is awesome. He's got these 2 things that are have some guns in the front. And what's pretty cool about these is you can rotate them. I can never remember rotate them in or out, but I guess rotate them out, and they form headlights, which is a really neat gimmick. If this one will work. I don't know, they just like rotate both ways. So you can put headlights. If you want a more realistic car looking, rather than all mech-teched out, you can kind of move them to the front and kind of have them like this. But I think they look better in the weaponized mode for the car. But we'll just leave them like this for now, because we'll transform them soon. So anyway, it's a nice car. I really like it. It's a very nice race car, and it rolls quite smoothly, which is really awesome. It's pretty big, and it's very weaponized, and it's pretty solid. The doors, I have trouble paneling them in and tabbing them in on both sides, but they do if you work with them for a while. And what's nice is they open, and they're actually seats. Human Alliance is the only toy line where there's actually seats when you open them up, and you can fit little figures. This guy comes with the little sergeant right there. You can just pull them out, and as you can see, both seats on both sides. Both doors do open, which is just really awesome. I really like that. So yeah, so here's the little figure. Nothing too special. He's just a little guy. He's got the helmet. He's got a nice silver Autobot symbol painted on his chest, which is really cool. Leadfoot is gonna have pretty much the same guy. I think he's just repainted, but he has a target symbol in his chest. Articulation, this guy's pretty decent. He's got a ball hinge shoulder and a swivel wrist, swivel head, ball hinge thighs, and a hinge knee. So pretty well articulated for this little guy. He really didn't. He needed like swivel shoulders and swivel hips, and then that would be it. But they added a lot, so that's nice. I like that articulation on him. So he's pretty cool. So yeah, so you can, if you wanted to. He does come with this saw blade, and there are mech deck holes right here and here. You can just peg it in right here. Hold on, let me just see something. Oh, actually, let me peg it in on this side. So yeah, so you could just peg it right in there, store it, and it doesn't hinder it. It still rolls very nicely. And then you can actually panel this out if you wanted, and have a little saw blade as he's rolling down here, just start cutting down Decepticons as he rolls by. So that is kind of neat. So transformation's pretty difficult. It's, you know, it's not too easy, but it's definitely not easy. It's kind of difficult, not insane though. So anyway, let's get started. So first, just shoot the missile and unpeg it. It's pegged in from the side, so there you go. And then you have to kind of bring it in over here. It's hard to work that, but you can do it. And then open the doors. Should be easy. They get a little caught on the missile rack, but you just move the missile rack and then they open up right away, and very simple. So there you go. And then there's seats in there, you just want to unpeg them. And there you go on both sides. And then just rotate them up. And that will take the rocket launchers with them. And so there you go. And then just move these to the side, like this, and then rotate them out. See, wait, watch this. Move this to the side and rotate it out, so just like that, just extending it kind of like that. So fairly simple there. And then what you're gonna want to do, this is a bit difficult. It's just this thing right here, the whatever that says, it's pegged into here, right here, and right here. The Gatling gun is attached to this, and what you're gonna want to do is just unpeg them both from both sides. I mean. Or you can just use the Gatling gun, but the Gatling gun isn't strong enough. Yeah, the Gatling gun will come off, and then that will give your finger clearance to get in there, and then you just move it up, and then you can just reattach the Gatling gun. That's what I recommend, because usually the Gatling gun isn't strong enough to move it. So yeah, so you kind of have to do that, and then it works there. But then pop the Gatling gun back on, and there you go. Yeah, let's leave that for now. Let's go through the back. Untab these little windows from the body. There we go. Once you have them untabbed, kind of extend them down, and I guess, yeah, you can just extend them down. Split the legs, kind of move them up, and then just rotate the windows down, or the little side windows, I mean. And then with this, you can just move the black piece to the side on both sides. You can unpeg this from the white part, so just unpeg it like this, and then you rotate it up, rotate this down, and just extend it down, and then extend the leg. There you go, it's a tight hinge. Oops. So yes, this panel is one really annoying one. It just unpanels there from, it's this thing. This thing comes off, so yeah, be careful with that. So just try to unpeg it. Be on a stronger peg, there you go. And then extend this out. There we go. Extend the foot out, extend this, and rotate it down just like this. Rotate this to the side. That one didn't snap off, which is that's a plus always. And then you can just kind of panel the green thing down a bit. You can move it up. It's personal preference. I saw another review where the person liked the green panel up more. I kind of like it like this. I think it looks good. And, oops. Take this if it knocked off for you. Let me see. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then just peg it back on. Yeah, these little hinges are starting to appear on a lot of the Dark of the Moon toys, which is a shame, because they're not very nice. They pop out all the time. And then just rotate the legs like you saw me do, and that's pretty much it. This is a hard part. You gotta just tab this in, and there's really nowhere to hold it from. You kind of just have to use the wheel and lock the thigh in. It doesn't matter if you don't do this, so you can just not do this if you wish. But it kind of just locks the thigh in so that there's no articulation on the thigh. This is one really hard thing. I might just not do it right now, just for the sake of the review. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I had so much trouble. I spent like I don't know, like 5 minutes just on this one thing. What you gotta do, just so you know, because it doesn't matter if you don't do this, but you should, is this little tab right here. It kind of tabs, but it tabs over it. It kind of locks over this bar, so this bar will be hidden. At first I thought that you pegged it in there, and you don't. It goes over it. So just you got to work on that. It takes a while because it's extremely strong, and there's really no place to grasp it. Do it. Oh, okay. This side always works for me, so that's how it's gonna look. So this little tab's gonna go over it. This side, it took me like 5 minutes to do. I just, it's so much trouble. But the other side works for me. There you go. See there, it tabs right in. So there you go. So it's a bit difficult to do, but you can do it. So now, take the waist and rotate it. Rotate the waist. It's kind of hard. There you go. And panel the legs down. There you have the legs. The legs are a difficult thing, so glad that's done. And then, as you can see, the steering wheel's in there. It does have a molded-in steering wheel, which is really awesome. I didn't really expect that. Well, I thought maybe they'd do it, but I didn't know, so it was nice that they did it. So now, move these to the side, move this down, panel this in, and that'll show you this tab. What you're going to want to do is slide this down, and in this little crotch piece, just tap it in there. Hold on, there we go. Just slide it in there. This thing will, I'm sure, come out again, but it's really easy to get in, but it's also very easy to just pop right out, because it does it a lot. This thing, you're just going to want to take it, rotate it, just put it down to the back. For now, it's really personal preference where you want that thing. And so now with these, see, it untapped, but it's very loose. So anyway, now with these, just move these back, this little panel right here, move it. Slide it to the side, just like this. Slide it to the side to cover the other panel. Move this out, and there is his head. His head might be a little bit difficult to get out, but just pop it right out. There you go. Now this is a little difficult. What you gotta do is you gotta slide these in together, so that this kind of like slides with it, and they kind of lock together just like that. It was difficult the first time. Now that I've done it, it's a little bit easier, but it was difficult the first time. So now, move this bar, there you go, just rotate it back just like this. Just rotate it back. I like to kind of put the things like this. You can choose where you want to do with those little pegs, but I just like to do that. And yes, you're going to want to move this back even more, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, oh, there you go. Oh, sorry, move this up. There's a little tab right there that's going to tab into that hole. There you go, just like this. And do the same thing on this side. And you gotta move these things, you gotta move them now before you tab it in, because there's not enough clearance to, once you tab into this. So, just tab it into that little hole. It's a bit hard, just did it though. There you go. Tap it in just like that. Kind of narrows down the stomach. And so yeah, so then you move these forward, extend these, move this up, so it gives it clearance to move this down. Do the same thing on this side, move this up, give this the clearance to move down, and then move these back down where they were, and you have completed most of the transformation, other than the arms. The arms are a little bit difficult. They're very strange. It gets a little bit used to. So anyway, so now with this, you're just gonna want to rotate this back up there, and rotate. Hold on, and then with the arms, I'm trying to find out how you peg this. Oh, there you go. So to see this little tab right here and this little kind of a slot, you just kind of slide this up in that, and there you go. That locks the arms in. And then with the arms, what you want to do is move the hand out, slide this down, and then slide this all the way down. And it is like this, but it just extends out just very easily. And that is how you have the arm. And then take this, rotate this, move this up, sorry. So now it's kind of overlapping, it's going over the wheel, and then rotate this back just like this, and fold this down. There you have his arm. Now if you missed that, I've got it right here for you again, so now just move this up like this. This little thing, slide it up in there, rotate this whole thing down, move this, down like this. This is already down. Rotate the hand up, extend this, and then rotate this, extend it, wrap it around the wheel, and rotate this back, and there you go. Geez, okay, a long transformation. Very sorry about that. And then you just have to work with the legs and the arms and everything. Get them all positioned right so that you have Roadbuster completed. Because he is complete now. So there you go. So now you have Roadbuster, a big figure. Yeah, he's pretty big. He's much taller than I expected. Because this was my first Human Alliance figure, I expected this guy to be the size of a Voyager. But it isn't. It's much bigger, I think. It's about the size of a very small leader, or a just very big Voyager, which is pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Transformation is difficult, but you get the hang of it. What I did is, he was in car mode when I got him. I transformed him into this guy while watching a video, and then a couple days later I transformed him back in a car, and then I started this review and transformed him back. So it didn't take me a lot of practice to do it, but it seems like it's crazy the first time you do it. But then after you do it like one more time, you seem to get the hang of it a bit more. This little piece in the middle here pops out constantly, which is annoying, but he's well built. I like him. He doesn't look much like the deluxe, so which one's more movie accurate? I assume it's this one, because this is the more expensive one, the better designed one, I guess. So I assume it's this one. So yeah, so he's got a very cool face sculpt, and what's the neat feature is if you move his head up and take this black hair and move it up, there you go. That extends the glasses. You can move them down, and then just, there you go. You have these like glasses. The glasses are a little bit too small for his head, though. For his eyes, I mean, which is a shame. But it's not that much smaller. It's not like so noticeable. It is noticeable, but not like that noticeable. So yeah, you kind of have to get him standing. He's kind of looking down a lot. My shelf that I keep him on is a high shelf, so it actually looks really good like this. But if you keep him on an eye level shelf, or a shelf just below your eye level, it's not going to look too great. I will say so myself. He's got these great rocket launchers on the side, just like the deluxe. I'll bring the deluxe out again too. This is the way that I weaponize him, and so I have forgotten to get the guns that I weaponize him with, so I'll be right back. Just running out here. Okay, so there you go. I am back. So here, I take Laserbeak's 2 guns, and I peg them on these things right here. And there you go. And then I take this cannon, and I peg it right here, and that is how I weaponize him. I use Laserbeak's 2 guns, which I think look really nice on him. I really think they look good. They have the same color as him, so that looks really nice. And then this cannon looks good. And you can take this saw blade. You can put the saw blade on him. I do not, though. I use it for the deluxe Roadbuster. But yeah, so all in all, he's a good figure. I will say I don't like his green. The green paint from him and the deluxe is very different, and I like the deluxe's green better. I really do. I move this up, because you can. I move this up. Oh, geez. Sorry about that. I move this up and I point it like this, so you have a nether Gatling gun on the top there. There is some kind of arm transformation that you can do so that the human can like sit on his arm and fire the rocket launcher or whatever. But there is another one which I'll show you. You just take this, extend it out, and you can like sit him on this, and he can kind of be holding the Gatling gun after. And you know, it takes a second of getting him supported on there, but you can do that. I don't think it looks very good, though. I really don't like the human on him, so I throw the human just, out of the way. So there you go. So not a bad Roadbuster. Really cool. Is it worth $30? It's a harder transformation, because the deluxe transformation is very easy for me. I really like that. It's a harder transformation. It's got a much better car mode. The green is not as good. All in all, the face sculpt is much better. It's got some more features and gimmicks. Yeah, so here it is with the deluxe. So there's good and bad about both of the figures. About this guy and the deluxe. Here you go. I attached the the saw blade to him. As you can see, he's much bigger. This guy's 10, this guy's 30, and it really depends your preference. This guy's not bad. If you don't have $30 to spend on a Roadbuster, this is not a bad substitute. Don't think like it's him or nothing. No, if you do not have enough money to buy him, or you just don't want to spend that much money on a Roadbuster, this is a fine substitute. Don't worry. He's actually got a better head sculpt. I like his face better. But if you do have the money and you're willing to spend it on a Roadbuster, this is not a bad one to get. Although the green isn't that good, and you're okay with complex transformations, then get the bigger one, because it's more movie accurate most likely, because they are very different actually in many ways. So there you go. So that is my that's my video review of my Human Alliance Green Record Roadbuster toy review. So there you go. So yeah, so I do like this guy. The green's not good, but the sculpting is very nice. The transformation's hard, but you get used to it after a while. And so it's a very nice toy. I recommend it. So there you go. That's my video review of Transformers Dark of the Moon Human Alliance Roadbuster figure. Thanks for watching.